Hey there everyone, Hitesh here. Hopefully this is live. Not pretty sure. Let me check that up. So seems like this is going to be live. Yeah, this is kind of a podcast-ish live. Okay, so give me some time. I'm setting up a few things. Hi, Sai Mahesh. How's it going on for you? Just give me a few minutes. I'm setting up a few things, bringing up a couple of friends in here for some chat and chit chat and all that stuff. I'm enabling the slow mode in the live as well. Yep. So Shubhajit says, hello, sir. Hello, how are you? Give me a few minutes. I'm calling up a few friends. So he's going to be in with us very soon. It's going to be almost like, why is it not going auto off? Okay, so seems like okay, so this one is not going auto off. Probably I need to check some settings up here in the preferences. Okay, so hello, and still not picking up. Probably I need to call him to bring him on board. Let me send an email to my friend, and this is going to be a fun live. Have some patience, wait a little bit up here, and you're going to enjoy this one so much. I'm calling in one of my friend here. Okay, so okay, this setting is all good now. Comments are now going auto off. Okay, so now we can start answering your questions. I've sent an email to one of the friend. Hopefully he's going to join soon. Which project should be in the portfolio for a full stack dev? I think one project which includes any payment gateway, probably Stripe, Paytm, Razorpay, or any one of them, and one something like this. Okay, so yes, our guest is in the green room, so we're gonna bring him very soon. Let's add him on the left side. Okay, I hope you can see. And where is our guest? Come on, hey Naveen, where are you? I can see your setup. Where are you?
Okay, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, absolutely, loud and clear.
Oh, great, great.
So
Again, I got stuck with some of the settings.
I thought to
Cool.
have a podcast-ish kind of a setup with you.
Okay, great. So is it live or?
This one is live actually.
Okay.
You
Can't
are.
see it on YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, this one is live.
Okay, it says unlisted. So is it
Is
live?
no, this one is not unlisted. That was the previous one.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Now I can see. Yeah. So now I can see the live streaming, but I think I'm out of focus. I don't know why it's so.
No worries. Take your
Is it
time.
is
We
it
are.
clear or?
It's a little bit out of focus, but I think we can manage that.
Okay. Good.
Probably need to set up the manual one.
Yeah. I don't know. With this software, something is not perfect.
Yeah, this one actually needs some tweaking in the API. Now you are in focus actually.
Okay. So there's a delay between what I do and what is happening in the on
Yeah.
YouTube. So,
This actually software has some of the API lagging. So the thing is, let me bring you on the left side or right side. I think this one is fine. Yeah, now
The
you are
left looks good
perfect.
because I'm looking at you.
Okay, so I
Cool. So everything is good. I can see a lot of comments or chat is already there on the screen. And
yeah,
Anirudh says best life. Hi Anirudh. Anirudh. I
yeah,
guess this is one person you met him personally. I met him personally.
yeah. I have. Have you met Anirudh personally?
Yeah, in Hyderabad. So I visited his college for a guest seminar.
Yeah, Anirudh is with us from a really long time now. He came for offline boot camp
Okay.
at Jaipur,
Mm-hmm.
and after like 3 or 4 months, he got hired at LCO on
Oh,
on a
okay.
part time basis for the doubt session and a couple of other projects we have done together.
I didn't
And
know that.
since then he is involved in the team, managing a whole lot of stuff here. And
Okay.
recently he is on. He got hired, I think, at Capgemini, if I'm not wrong, but I need to check that up.
So Capgemini is lucky then in that case.
Yeah, and he's learning a hell lot of tech there. We still chit chat with all of the team members and stuff. It's fun actually.
Cool, cool, cool. Now, in fact, first of all, thank you, Hitesh, for bringing me on your platform. It's a great, opportunity for me to
You can drop
talk to
down
you
the
on your
formalities here.
platform.
No need to have a formality. We have been talking and chatting for so long, so no need to bring
Yeah,
in the formalities of thanks and all of that. Drop that.
cool.
Okay, so usually I
Yeah,
don't
this
ask
is better
for.
than the Instagram thing which we do.
Yeah, actually, I love Instagram actually more than YouTube because of this feature that you can have two people on side by side. I was looking for a way. The link that I've
Hmm.
sent you to get on board for the live, I was looking for an API integration that we can change that link on. Let's just say one guest come in, and then I change that link and I pass that link so anybody can come in and join in randomly. So that would be fun
Right.
and almost like an
Yeah, that
Instagram.
right, right. So maybe you have to give the permission every time someone joins, right? When I
Yeah,
joined,
I have
you
to
might get
give.
a pop up there.
Yeah, I have to.
Okay.
First, you are actually in the kind of a green room setup, and then
Okay.
I have to bring you on board, and then I can give you like the full screen and all of that. So,
Okay.
and this stream is going to be very popular in the YouTube world. Right now, it's not there. Right now, people are doing it through Zoom and all of that. This is actually live,
Right.
directly streaming on the YouTube. So this one is
Right.
actually kind of a state of the art right now.
Yeah, this is cool. In fact, I used to do this with Wirecast, but then I'm not sure how do you get the full screen. So there are some borders for the titles and something. So
They
I'm
actually
not
integrate their
kind of
branding and
fine.
stuff, and I have stripped that off entirely. I'm not
Mhm.
using their software anyway, so like I do
Okay.
have more options up here. Like I can bring you on totally solo on this one. Like you are totally on the screen right now. You are totally solo on this one,
Okay.
and we can do a whole lot of stuff in this one. We can bring you up, probably sharing some of the screens and stuff. I can be
Hmm.
on the left side and right side, and a whole lot of people have seen me doing this shenanigans on the software, bringing up people's comment, claps, bells.
Yeah, it's time to explore this software then.
I can give you access, no worries.
Yep. Hoping for that. So when I looked at the price, I was waiting for you to say that.
No worries. I'll take care of that. I was actually pushing up some of the code when you called me up in the evening. The thing
Yeah.
is, we are planning to give away one T-shirt every day
Oh,
as a
okay.
giveaway on YouTube. I still have to make videos on that, but I was
Okay.
pushing up that piece of small code on the website. That's why I
Okay.
said last push is there. So now the code is actually up and running on the website right now, but I
Hmm.
haven't set up the coupons code yet, so I have to push them.
Okay.
And it's going to be like
Great.
nothing. You
Looking
don't have
forward.
to buy my courses. You don't have to follow the channel. Nothing. If you like programming and you want to promote the community, just go ahead, take the T-shirt.
Okay.
And it's not having our branding or anything. It just says I write code.
Okay. So I hope I will be the first one to get that.
You already. I'll come directly. I'll take the flight if things are normal. I'll give you personally there.
Yeah, in fact, we are waiting for it. So in Maharashtra, the things have it's very critical here. So in my area itself, in my society, we have around 8 to 9 family who are infected. So it's
It's
tricky.
it's really I had lost like really a good amount of business because of these offline trainings and stuff got
Yeah,
postponed. A lot of events. So, anyways, if we are alive, we can do all these things.
yeah.
But now the thing is, it's getting too much into me this lockdown stuff. Like I
Hmm.
was one of the first one to post down the motivation videos and stuff, and a whole lot of students enjoyed that. Learned from a lot of channels. Like Brad
Yeah.
Traversy from your channel, from my Sergi, and a whole lot of people. Because of that video, a lot of people got motivation. But probably I need to watch it now because it's too much now.
Yeah, right.
And for a guy like me who loves to travel, like every 6 months, I hit some few countries, and I haven't. Last trip I remember was from Japan. Probably 8th of January I came in,
Yeah,
and
Jan.
after
Yeah,
that,
I remember. I remember. I've seen your post on Instagram. Yeah.
and since then I haven't been anywhere. So it's I'm not able to give my 100% on videos, on learning or anything because it's too much inside now.
I can understand that. I'm not a person who travels a lot, but the moment someone restrict, don't go anywhere, we have that urge of going somewhere. So that's
Anyways,
the thing in this
moving a
case.
little bit on the tech side, what you are doing in the
Yeah.
tech these days?
Okay, so there is a big confusion what exactly I'm focusing now because of different profiles which I'm into as a trainer, as a developer, as a tech enthusiast. I want to move towards blockchain, mostly enterprise blockchain. But then looking at the current scenario, everyone knows about. Just 1 second, I can hear myself 2 times. I don't know why.
Uh,
Should I?
is it okay now?
Okay. Yeah, now it's good. I guess you are using a speaker, right? It's coming back.
Yeah, I was using speaker, but I have used the cancellation now. I've canceled the echo
Okay.
now.
Okay, now this is better. This is much better. So yeah, I was talking about. So one thing which what I love is to work on enterprise blockchain. But then recently, when we had a chat, we talked about NFTs and then what is going on in the crypto market. So that's something I'm focusing now, just to understand what is happening. So there are two ways of understanding something. One is, yeah, you saw the news, you read the article, you understood something. But then for me, since I'm in this market, I have to understand it from start to
Just
end.
just
So
give me a
let's say
second. I think there is an echo.
again, okay.
I need to bring in heavy gears now.
Okay, for me, sometime AirPods works.
Okay, this should be okay now.
Yeah, for me it's good. There's no echo.
Yeah, I need to bring up some of the heavy gears. I usually don't bring them out apart from video editing, but since people were saying it's eco, and one of my top priority is having top-notch audio and video quality.
Right, right.
So as you were saying
Yeah,
about
so I was more into so one is the enterprise one, second is the NFT. So remember last time when we had a call, we were talking about NFTs and crypto market. So that's something I want to understand, but not in a way other people are reading it. I want to go more of a technical side. Example, let's say if I want to get my own NFT in future, what should be the steps? Even if I'm not doing it, I just want to understand how thing works out.
yeah, I saw this
And
tweet from the Vazarex that they are bringing up their own NFT market.
yeah, right. In fact, they have already started. Yeah, they already started.
Yeah,
Now, one of the
so
reason I was a bit skeptical about Vasilex was because they were a central exchange. But then the moment I saw another name with them, which is Binance, that's where the confidence goes up. Every time you have an international support, somewhere you feel okay, something is happening on the world level. So yeah, so you can trust them. But yeah, that's great. So we can
Uh,
NFT
there
will be
is
having a good
there is
future.
a super chat with an I write code T-shirt. So hey guys, please try to just have a chill out conversation. No need to super chat or anything in this one. And
Yeah, this is a fun chat.
this is like fun one here. So lots of love, Hitesh and Naveen. Hope you're doing great. Can we expect Kaushik Kotgal here?
Yeah,
Just tweet
yeah.
him something or loop me up with an Instagram or something, and I would love to bring him up. I
Yeah.
would love to know more
So
about him.
Yeah.
Yet.
I did one collaboration with him last year. Uh, so
So,
Java Brains,
oh,
one
a
of
Java
the
Brains. Okay.
yeah.
Now I remember. I don't
Yeah,
remember
most
it.
most of them knows him with his channel name, not with his actual name.
Yeah, we can bring
Uh,
in five guests actually. So
yeah,
if we can bring him Code with Harry. Probably I'll ask Brad also, and probably my Sergi and Java
yeah,
Brains. I guess that's five. So we can bring all together in here
yeah, sure. So we can have total 5 guests, right?
as of now. But I need to check up that how much. Probably we can spin up a bigger machine and can have probably more than five on this API. I need to check it up.
Okay, cool, cool.
So one thing I wanted to ask about this NFT
Yeah,
thing is like how this NFT is going to hit in the Indian market, because cryptos are officially kind of banned here unless and
yeah.
until you have some of the cryptos lying around. Let's just say there is an NFT market you have created. Let's call it as a Talusco NFT market,
NFT
and
market, yeah.
and there is an asset there, probably a digital painting or something I want to buy. I don't know how
Right,
to call it as a buy. You just own it online. Anybody can print it out
right,
still.
right.
But so how will I buy it? Like how would you like to take down the situation? I don't have crypto.
Yeah. So one thing we have to understand about the crypto market, yeah. So it is government says they will ban it, but then later on they also mentioned they will be putting some regulations about. Example, there are so many cryptocurrencies available in the market, right? So they are not specifying which one they will going to ban and which they are going to support. Looking at the market, if they try to take down the crypto market, uh, it will affect the economy by default because there are a lot of investors into cryptocurrencies. There are so many companies in India. They have their business because of crypto. So if they are banning crypto, they are actually banning those companies to work on
Yes,
their
you are
technologies.
losing a lot of business. Like I'm never in a favor of banning right away straight everything, because you can
Yeah,
always govern and restrict some things, but straight away banning, like I never liked the straight away banning even of TikTok. You should govern
yeah.
it. Like have you seen how is it growing in the China market? Like they have
No,
integrated
I just
now
yeah.
with they have integrated the Shopify, and so many people just like people are earning on YouTube, now they are earning on TikTok as well. There are ad integration as well, so people are
Oh,
taking an ad part as well, and now
mhm.
they directly integrate the Shopify as well, which is
Okay.
in the pipeline of YouTube as well. So just with a
Mhm.
swipe up or something, they can buy their t-shirts and stuff, and people are generating a hell lot of revenue with that.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Yeah, in
when
fact,
revenue and
YouTube is
sorry
trying different things for the creators.
Yeah, and when revenue comes in, automatically the quality comes in, and the bigger people who have high quality and high standards actually comes in. So I think straight away banning is. Anyways, how many crypto coins you are having? Like, can we have a number here? Like how many? I guess 10 bitcoins you are having.
No, 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 no. Okay, look, do I look like I own 10 bitcoins?
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah, even if you have it, who will reveal that online?
Yeah, that would be
Um,
very risky.
that's yeah, that's one thing. But yeah, I do hold some cryptocurrency, not in the actual count of one or two, maybe zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.5. I don't want to reveal which one. But majorly, I've invested something in Bitcoin, something in Ether. Now, not for investment per se, because it's again risky in the market. If something goes up, we are not sure it will continue to grow. But then I just wanted to do that to understand how market works and then how can we use it for the other blockchain technologies. But yeah, looking at the investment per se, a lot of people are saying it's a good investment, but I'm still skeptic.
I'm also not very much into like Bitcoin is not going to be my first choice if I have to, let's just say if I have to
Yeah.
invest like tomorrow 1 lakh rupees. I would divide it, but very less chances are there that it's gonna go into crypto.
Yeah. Ether shows a good promise for me because it's a platform where you can write code, right? So if we are saying in future with the internet will be on blockchain, so it will be on Ether, not on the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more of a gold, you can imagine. So it's only for the storing of value, not for payment system.
Yeah.
But
So
the one big thing, Tesla, you can buy Tesla with Bitcoins now if you have.
I would love to buy a Tesla if it comes in India, but
Yeah.
then I saw some of the videos from couple of these stand-up comedian guy. Like there was this one video where truck was going a reverse side with no driver, like how Tesla would see that how is it going and in the Indian market. But I would love to buy a Tesla. Like I'm not a big car guy or something. I usually prefer bikes. But if
Mhm.
Tesla comes in the India, I would be first to have it. Like, yeah, at least have a feel of that. Probably I'll sell it after just a couple of years, but I would love to buy it on the day one that hey, give me a Tesla.
Right, and take a trip to Mumbai then.
Surely, if that's gonna be automatic, I would love that.
Yeah.
There's this Mumbai, the Express Highway.
Yeah, Mumbai Pune Express Highway or the
Yeah,
Ahmedabad
yeah.
Mumbai.
I didn't know that bikes are not allowed on that one.
Yeah, bikes are not allowed there.
Yeah, we were like 8 or 9 of our friends all in Harley, and we
Oh,
went on that highway.
so there's a small patch from Lonavala to Karjat where you're allowed to use that.
But we didn't knew that, and uh, we totally took our bike, and we thought that like this is the best highway in the entire Mumbai. Enjoyed the entire ride, and
Yeah.
after reaching out there, I and one of my friend who was having another big gigantic Harley, we passed it on, and then the barricades started there.
Oh, okay.
So rest of our friend, like probably 5 or 6 of our friends, they got caught and they had to pay a heavy fine for that.
Okay. So what's the fine? What's the fine? I'm not sure because
It's
I've never
2000
tried.
2000
Okay.
rupees each.
Okay.
And at that time, probably like what, 3 years ago or something, because fines have revised now. They are too much
Yeah.
now.
Right.
So the police guys actually gave us the fine slip, then took
Mhm.
the photos on the Harleys, and then allowed us to go.
That's tricky.
LCO website is down. No, our website don't get down nowadays because we are on better
Yeah.
things. So let me check if the website is down. Don't worry, if it is going to be down, we are going to make it up. That's what we do. We programmers are all the time busy in that. Uh, nope, nothing is down. Seems all okay and up.
Yes.
Okay,
I
couple
still
of
feel
super.
my video is out of focus. I'm not sure why. Okay.
Don't worry, we'll fix it afterwards or probably tomorrow afternoon. There's a
Yeah.
super chat by Mank says, "Hi, I got placed in Wipro. I want to switch to cybersecurity. Even though I have CEH practical cert, they didn't took me in for cyber. What can we do for cyber? They're not never these companies. You need to understand one thing that these companies, Wipro, TCS, Infosys. Sorry for naming all of them here, but they never actually take you in for a project based on what you have done. There is usually clusters there. Okay, this batch or this many rows are going for this project. This many rows are going for this project. This is how it happens. And I wouldn't recommend you to like lean so much on the just the CEH certificate because let's just be honest, it's must to have in your resume, but it doesn't sounds very great. You need to have probably OSCP or something and stuff like that. So try to have that. Okay, so apart from crypto, what you are doing these days? Any trainings going on? Any courses that students can expect from you?
Course is something I'm putting that aside for a few months. Maybe I will again start in October. Again, I'm coming back to YouTube. I was busy with some other training. The other training is coming in July, mostly on Spring Framework, Agile, Scrum. So that's one of the training I take every year. So maybe this will be last year, I hope. But uh, it
I,
takes a lot of my time. Around 2 to 3 months goes in that one specific training.
I was also scratching this Java based web frameworks, Spring Boot, and
Yeah,
stuff. I was scratching the surface and I found code a little bit intimidating. There's too much code even for like small stuff. You have to
yeah.
create classes and getters and setters, and I like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah, right. But one thing I feel about Java, once you write a code and once you got the patch, in fact, yeah, so if even if you want to write a small code, you have to write classes and everything. But the moment you have a new feature, you just have to write 2 or 3 lines in that. But then it's also easy to manage. You know what exactly how things are going. You know the exact flow. But yeah, so everyone have a different mindset, right? So some people go in a way that less number of lines, they want more output. Some people want to go in a flow. So maybe I'm in that thing. I want everything to be in a
Very
flow. I should know what
verbose.
is happening. Yeah, very verbose.
So I'm pretty aware that a whole lot of stuff in the Angular is inspired by the Spring framework,
Yeah,
especially the dependency injection and stuff. They came first in the Java world. At that time, no other language or framework was supporting it. I
right.
didn't wrote much of the code in that, but I'm now itching a little bit to go into that. It's going to take
In
definitely some time, but uh,
Angular. Yeah.
no, the Spring one actually. Angular I
Oh,
already know. I have created a like really in-depth course in that uh,
okay.
because I got a pressurized work on Angular, so I had to learn it. So I thought, oh, while I'm learning it, let's make a course as well. I told you in the morning, like my new employer is forcing me to learn. We
Right.
discussed about that. Don't want to
Yeah.
talk too much on the YouTube about that stuff, but usually the work that I take, they force me to learn these things and stuff. Like right now, too much is going on AWS and on Node and React Native.
Right. Now, if you can hear that noise, that's my kid.
Uh, that's
She's
that's not
crying.
noise. That's actually a pleasant one to
Oh,
have kids
that
around.
that depends. That depends. Okay.
Somebody says a great comment. I'll put that on the screen. Naveen said, "Looks like Shikhar Dhawan."
Oh, is it? Yeah. In fact, I used to get that comment in the trainings as well. Maybe
That's
the because of the hairstyle. Maybe.
Yeah, that's actually cool. I really like that and I enjoyed that. I have seen so many people are afraid about losing hairs and stuff. There is even, do you know, there is even a channel on the YouTube which helps and
Yeah.
promotes guys to remove all of your hairs if you're losing the hairs. He
Oh,
encouraged
is it?
people that
Time to
don't
follow.
be shy, and I've seen people crying and stuff, and then when they shave off the entire head, they feel so much confidence that yeah, finally I'm
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Like
True. True.
I don't know why people are so much worried about losing some hairs or beard or something. Like, don't you see
Right.
Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, the rock.
Yeah.
So, Hitesh, I want to know from you. So maybe a lot of people don't know about this thing. As so, I'm into industry from last 10 years now, right? I have worked on multiple projects, but there's still I don't feel comfortable working in the front end.
Oh,
So I need suggestions from you. How should I improve my front end thing? It's not that I have not worked on it. I tried, I cried. Something worked. Somewhere it was not working. So somewhere I have that thing. I don't want to work on front end. So how do you motivate me?
I would say that until unless you're gonna build like 10 websites purely just probably in HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap, this fear is not gonna go away actually, because the kind of a worst thing, because I'm more into the teaching segment. I study a lot of books about improving the teaching rather than improving the tech, because tech I can learn, but the delivery of the teaching and how to teach a student, this is where I focus a lot. So what I have
Yeah.
noticed is the empty canvas is always easy to paint, but if the canvas is half
Right.
filled, it's the most toughest thing to do. And the problem with
True.
the front end is everybody knows how the p tag is going to work, how the h1 tag is going to work, how can I change the
Yeah.
background in css. So you already know a whole lot of stuff, so you don't put that much of effort that I should build something, and then you get as snippets around from the web, like okay, I need a form, I can copy this form and I can shrink it a little bit, and my job is done, kind of a. So that is where the issue comes in. So I recommend people all the time that leave everything and just build at least 10 projects. And there are plethora of projects on a Dribble or Behance. Just mimic
Yeah.
them, replicate them as much as you can, and try to have
Right.
at least 10 of the project just in HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap if you wish. Otherwise, just HTML, CSS, and you're going to then start loving that front end part. I struggled it for a little bit
Oh,
longer than usual. I started in the back end also.
okay.
And
I
if
love
you're
backend. I can work hours on the backend technologies.
And once I learned the Bootstrap and then React also, the flow actually became like insanely fast and I started loving it. But it was
Okay.
not at a great level at that time also. So
Mm.
what I noticed that once I started moving a little bit in the design world, probably one of my best decision was to move into the design world. 3 years ago, I started it, and I got a
Mm.
lot of hate comments that you are not made for design, Hitesh. Stop doing it. You are just horrible in picking the colors and everything. And now you just see I design all of the thumbnails, including and a whole lot of website designs, and everybody loves it. So you need to get away from that.
Cool. Cool.
Probably we can host a session where I can show you some of the tricks and tips about being
Yeah,
fast in the HTML, CSS. And one thing I'll recommend everybody is to master Emmet.
I meant okay.
Unless and until you are good in Emmet, you are never going to be good in the front end. Like it's impossible, I would say. Okay, so you are opening up the Emmet right now.
I'm noting down things. It's always good to maintain notes.
Of course, always. What do you use for maintaining the notes?
Multiple softwares actually depend upon which device I'm using. So if I use an Android phone, the WhatsApp chat works well. So I
Okay.
maintain all my short notes on WhatsApp. Things to do. Uh, if I want to buy a grocery as well, that's what WhatsApp works. But I'm using iPad, so good notes and the normal notes also works.
I used to have a lot of note taking app. One I stick for a
Yeah.
longer time was TickTick. A whole lot of
Okay.
my friends actually got a hang out of it. Then I got it. So TickTick was the longest one I used. Even used to track my gym records and everything. And
So that's on iOS or
it's
Android?
available in both TickTick.
Okay.
And from last 2 years, I have moved on to Notion totally.
Okay.
From last 2 years,
No,
I
even
haven't used a single other app. Notion for everything.
okay. Now, even if you work on in the digital world, somewhere writing on book and with a pen. So I love the fountain pens.
Of course, they are just here. I was
Yeah,
making my notes to prepare for the books in them, so
yeah.
they never go away.
So I love it. Yeah,
They never go away. They are always on my desk.
and it feels good every time you write something on book and with physical pen.
Yes, because it's kind of a memory thing. If you are learning
Yeah,
something, I highly recommend either use an Apple Pen or probably a real pen and just jot it down.
yeah,
Probably write few keywords. In even if that's unreadable, just write them down. It's gonna make. Uh, there are a lot of super chats coming up, and we are missing them. Sorry for that. Tomorrow interview
yeah.
with LTI for package of 10 LPA tips. Just be confident. If it's tomorrow, don't be stressed out and don't think you can learn tons of things right now because it's gone. The learning
Yeah,
time is over. So just be confident and be honest. Even if you get it or not, doesn't matter. You're gonna do good in it. I'm pretty sure of it.
yeah. And take a good sleep
That's most important
around
thing.
7 hours,
Yeah,
seven seven hours at
one thing
least.
that happened good in this lockdown and stuff, my sleep cycle finally got better in last 2 years. I'm sleeping like 9 hours or 10 hours every day.
Great. I normally go for 7 hours at least, 7 to 8 hours.
Mine was horrible earlier. But now I have changed the gym schedule a little bit. Previously, it was like hitting it every day. Now it's a
Mhm.
weekly target, so it's much more easier. Okay, let's
Okay.
pick up some of the questions as well. Okay, Saket Ghosh says thoughts on spring in 2021. I think Naveen is the best guy to answer for that.
Yeah, okay. Spring framework. Yeah, great. In fact, from last 2 years, we have the same question: Is Java dying or is it going anywhere? So the
It
thing
gets a
is, yeah,
lot.
I
It gets a lot of views actually, so I love to make that.
yeah, true. See, to be honest, yeah. So there are different languages which are overtaking Java in different fields. Example, let's say if you want to go for Android, now Kotlin becomes the first choice. Golang, some features are missing. If I feel if those features get included in the next version of Golang, it will be replacing a lot of server level languages. But the thing, looking at the Java framework, Java is not a language; it's also a technology. A lot of people get confused between the languages and technologies. Java is the entire stack, and the most powerful thing in Java is not Java; it's JVM. And if you talk about startups, if you talk about freelancers, yes, they can change their technologies in a year. Example, if you feel, let's say this is a startup and now we want to go for a new technology, it's easy for them to shift. But if you talk about big enterprises, especially banks, for them, they're still working on Fortran. Some of their applications are built on Fortran, COBOL. They're still continuing it. Okay, so it's I guess COBOL they stopped using it 20 years back, but still there are some softwares in COBOL. The same thing is happening with Java. I'm not saying Java is old, Java getting low, a lot of new features. In Java 14, we got so many amazing features. It's just that even if you think they will be replacing Java, it is difficult because they're not replacing a language; they're replacing the entire stack.
There's so much
And one
legacy
of
there.
the
It's hard to replace. Like, and
yeah,
it's a kind of a big, gigantic corporate that's running it. So it's so much difficult. I remember
true.
one of the bank client that I had, and I had to move their stack. They were having their own physical servers, and we had to
Hmm.
move them on AWS. It was such a nightmare and so much of a critical work. And we had to
Yeah.
do both because they were having their own login system and everything. They didn't want to move it, and then we had to integrate all of that in AWS, but they wanted to use their own login system, same as in AWS. It
Okay.
was such a nightmare, but then I saw the stacks and everything, and I realized that it's not like wise to change the stack like that.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very
Yeah.
difficult.
Another question: your both views on Flutter. What are your views on Flutter?
And I tried, but then I'm not into it, so I'm not sure what is even happening in the mobile world.
Okay, so
It's been a long time. Around 3 years, I left the mobile
if you'll ask
technologies.
my views, I would say Flutter is still has to go quite along. It has come really far. There are a couple of issues, like a few days ago or a few months ago, they moved from another rendering engine to another one, and it crashed all of the iOS app, even one of our clients' app, and it gave us a lot of hard time, and we had no ways to fix it. Like, it was a Flutter issue. We no matter how much code we are going to write, we can never fix it.
So basically, if you want to build an Android application now, it is so what is preferred?
Either go for the core Android if you can afford that team and manage that expense, or
Mhm.
go for the React Native. That's usually my
Okay.
choice. Like, if the budget is there and the market is heavily just probably just India or something with not too
Mhm.
many iOS users are there, I would say go for core Android. Or
Okay.
if you have to go on iOS as well, go for React Native. But again, take care of that because no matter what stack you'll be using, you'll be having hard time in iOS app.
But in terms of performance, is it better to go with the native one, right?
I have
Compared
seen
to.
like we have built like many apps now, and I haven't
Mhm.
seen any performance degradation in React Native in any of the iOS or Android app. It's some people even cannot tell you that it's an app core or is it in React Native. It's so much good
Okay.
now. Flutter you can tell because it's a
Mhm.
Flutterish look and Flutterish rendering there, but
Okay.
yeah.
And maybe it's
Okay.
also depend upon the programmers how they build it.
Yeah, performance and everything actually do count a lot, but rendering of the app is actually not too much in our control. It's done through there because the stack is there, then it connects with the bridges underlying and stuff like that. C++ is
Okay.
number one in Google Trend. Is it really popular? It depends. Like, who throwed it out from the popularity? I don't know. Okay, so question for both of you. At 40, can you actually start a career in IT with no IT background? What would be the best way forward? Yes, of course, you can start. I've seen a couple of lawyers starting at like 35 or 36 in IT, and they started into networking and stuff, and they're doing pretty good. Okay, so Prasanna Iyer, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, legendary collab. This is not a collab. This is kind of a more over a podcast. Am I audible,
Yeah.
Naveen?
Yes, you're audible.
So
In fact, we are looking for a collab where, again, I'm not sure if Hitesh want to reveal that, but we are looking for some way of doing a collab so that it will be helpful for everyone.
yeah, this is not a collab. This is like a more over a podcast. Two friends chilling out, chatting, chit chatting, reading your comments.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a nice comment here. In UK, many people exploring in IT even after 50. Yes, actually, I know
Yeah.
a couple of friends. I'll try to bring them back here on this channel. I brought them up probably 3 years, 4 years ago. Martin is one of them who was a bartender and in his 40s he moved into web development, is running a fantastic company and have hired so many people in his company now. Like, come on, imagine in the 40s from bartending to programmers. I don't know if I have that much of guts or not.
Yeah.
If you ask me that, hey, tomorrow you have to leave all the programmings and tomorrow you'll be all carpenter, I don't know if I have that guts and audacity to pick the
Yeah.
tools and start working on that. Like, it's going to be difficult.
Upgrading in the technologies is easier than shifting to new technologies or new kind of work.
Yeah, it's really difficult. My dad has actually done it number of times.
Mhm.
So Naveen,
Cool.
have you tried iced tea yet?
Sorry, which one?
Have you tried iced tea yet?
Not yet. In fact, last week, I went to a mall to for shopping, and then when I went to a shop to buy something to drink, there was an option of iced tea, and then the moment I saw iced tea, I remember you. So for me, iced tea is Hitesh Chaudhary.
Iced tea is, I love that. I had posted, like, if you guys follow me up on Instagram as well. Once I went on to this spree of visiting a lot of countries. It was around 12 countries in a trip, and I have just posted single photo from every single country, just iced tea. Even had this marijuana iced tea there as well.
Oh, how do you explain the taste of iced tea online?
Um,
How it tastes like? I'm not.
you have to just experience it. It's something like, you say, a lot of YouTubers and stuff. It's a divine.
Oh, uh,
Okay, so some of us says, let's bring up, can Naveen and Hitesh sir bring a new course at LCO? Not just LCO, feel free to have it on Telescore and thing. Platform doesn't
yeah.
matter, but we surely were thinking of it and trying to bring up a couple of more people as well. And probably we can have a course or something totally free on YouTube maybe. It's going to be fun one if we bring it up on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, there is a comment which I would love to put it up here. Hitesh Chaudhary with triple equals iced tea. So there's
Yeah.
involvement of JavaScript as well. So thank you so much.
This will give you error in Java.
Yes, that's why we are on JavaScript. We don't worry about errors in JavaScript because errors are usually being seen in the production directly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
what is your favorite cloud? Let's bring the conversation a little bit more on the techie side. What's your favorite cloud provider? Microsoft, Azure, Google
Always,
Cloud?
always Amazon. Always Amazon. AWS.
Okay, why is it so? Like, you,
Uh,
how many
so,
of the products of Amazon AWS have you used in frequently mostly?
so I used the hosting one, the instance, the code. I forgot the name of it.
Amplify,
No, no,
Beanstalk.
I also made a video. So there is one other layer on it. So we have EC2, then we have Beanstack, then we have one more layer, something with code. I forgot it. I have made a video on it on YouTube. Okay, anyway, so that's one thing I've used, and I've used it for the blockchain mining a bit 2 years back. The database one, even I tried it for mobile data. Yeah, so those things only.
Actually, AWS is pretty solid
It's
one.
very well.
We
Yeah.
just last week we generated a bill of $600 because of a mistake from one of the employee. He accidentally chose another machine, accidental click, and we generated a $600 bill within overnight.
Oh,
So it can be
yeah,
expensive.
that's tricky. Yeah, I've used code pipelines. So I'll just search for it.
Yeah, so we today only we deployed one of the side project. I told you we are involved in the two startups now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so one of the client asked us that, hey, enough of the tickling with the Heroku now. Let's move on to AWS. We had deployed the
right.
entire project on Heroku, and we were serving Netlify on the front end. So
Yeah.
we thought, our boss, you can say, said us that, hey, now let's move on to AWS. Here is a coupon for $20,000, and you can just
Oh,
now move it. So I said, wow. So I
cool.
gave this. as a chance because I have been playing around on AWS for a while. So I thought this one is a good thing to give my team a chance to explore on AWS because it's tricky
Hmm.
and nobody gives you that much of freedom that, hey,
Yeah.
just enjoy AWS and deploy this entire project without my supervision. So I gave him that, hey, just deploy this one entire thing,
Hmm.
and he deployed the machine and PM2 servers and everything. And then I said, hey, just forget about PM2 server. Let's use Beanstalk. It's much more straightforward. We don't have to worry about anything. But he did that thing, Beanstalk, but he forgot to turn off an EC2 machine, and which was on a really high configuration. Like we didn't need that kind of big machine for that. Too much of RAM
Yeah.
and stuff. And he forgot to shut it down.
Oh,
He
okay.
took down all the load balancers and scaling auto scalers, all of that, but he forgot to take down the machine.
In fact, the same thing happened with me in 2018, 17, 18. I ran the new instance and then I forgot to stop it. It was a test instance which I wanted to check with my new setup. But then the lucky thing is, the good thing about what I did before that is I set the limit. If it is crossing that limit, just shut down the machine, and so bill was not that much.
Yeah, that's one of the issue comes up with the AWS that accidents do happen and they are costly accidents.
Yeah,
So it's really a nightmare situation when AWS accidents do happen.
yeah, and especially if it is happening on your main account where you have other application hosted, it's another big nightmare then.
Yeah, and some people actually, we have couple of these WordPress clients as well. In my
Hmm.
friend's company, I manage that servers and stuff as well. So what happens? They always choose this Tito Micro, which is usually the free machine. But
Okay,
one thing that a lot of people don't
right.
know in that is there are burst credits in the AWS. So if you are having T2 micro machine and suddenly a lot of traffic come in or suddenly a lot of processing needs to be done, then there is a spike in your CPU, but AWS is like really, really smart. They are going to perform really better in that spike, and
Hmm.
everything is going to be fine. But if that spikes is like too much occurring on every next day, then they start cutting from your burst credits. And then eventually in the next time that spike happen, your CPU load will jump up, but your performance will go
Okay,
down.
okay,
So that kind of a really, really nasty thing. And they don't put a message or anything. You suddenly realize, it was performing good, but now it is not performing good in my server. The thing is,
okay,
actually, your burst credits are gone. So you cannot do that. I learned that while working on these things and stuff. Otherwise, there is hardly any documentation to learn about burst credits and stuff.
okay. That's didn't know about that one. In fact, so I was having conversation with one of my training client, and then they are moving towards Azure. They are seeing a lot of promises in the Microsoft Azure one now. But
Azure
again, I'm
one,
not a big fan of Microsoft.
it's
Never,
actually
I was never a big
cheaper
fan of
one.
Microsoft.
It's actually cheaper. Azure, if you're gonna notice, it's much more cheaper there. People think that AWS is cheaper. That's a myth, actually. AWS is the most
Yeah,
expensive cloud you can have. But if you're scaling onto a really large machines and stuff, then it
yeah,
becomes the cheapest of the cloud. If you just have to
right.
host a few websites and stuff, it's the expensive cloud
It's
that you
very
can
expensive.
have.
Yeah,
Compared to Azure and something, they are much more straightforward. Click, click, that's it done. Easier interface and stuff. Microsoft is known for easiness.
yeah, true. So maybe AWS is more techy than Azure in
Yeah,
that terms.
AWS is much more techier. You need a lot of things to have that. Okay, so another thing, which one is your daily driver, Android or iOS?
For me,
Yeah,
from last one month, I'm enjoying iOS. I don't know why. So I was using the Android as my primary phone, but then the screen got broken last month. I shifted to iOS completely as a primary phone, and now I'm enjoying it. Especially
it's
when the way it syncs with the entire ecosystem, Mac, AirPods, it's seamless.
that
I
that is
enjoyed.
that is one of the best thing. Somebody mentioned that use DigitalOcean. Yes, DigitalOcean is actually quite nice.
Yeah,
But one of the thing that DigitalOcean now they have incorporated, but previously not having, was the CDN. DigitalOcean didn't have their own CDN, and the very end delivery that you call in the AWS Edge network or Edge delivery. so they don't have these much of the edge points, and now they have started to do that. And now DigitalOcean is having that CDN. Now you can think of delivering the network fast and stuff. I would say that if you are having the basic project, spin up a $5 machine on DigitalOcean. They are far more better. Or even go for a Linode machine. uh, I'm still in talk about all of them for the sponsorship of the channel and stuff. I'm not getting time. I'm pretty sure you might
Yeah.
be getting so many mails from them about sponsorship and stuff.
Yeah, right. In fact, every day we have so many mails just for the sponsorship. It's just that I want to try out something, but they have their own conditions. They have their own way of doing sponsorship, and I don't have enough time to entertain those conditions. Yeah, if they simply ask me to make a video, this is the amount, this is the video you have to make, and they give me all the liberty to make the video the way I want, I'll be very happy to do it. But the
Yeah,
moment they
that's
put conditions, you know,
that's one of the issue. Actually, Lenovo sent me up a couple of laptops, and they said,
oh,
"Hey,
okay,
hey, just make a video." I said, "See, I'm not MKBHD first and
yeah,
foremost, so I'm not gonna be showing those uh, smooth B rolls and stuff. I can try that, but no promises on that. And I'm gonna
yeah,
be running up first and foremost Android Studio. That's gonna be my test number one to see that how your laptop is gonna be performing, and then I'm gonna train a couple of models here. Not much, probably
mm,
just few gigabytes. And they said, no, we don't want you to do that. We want you to just recommend that. And I had to send these laptops back. I said, what I'm gonna do with that? They're gonna be just junk here. So you take your
right.
laptops back and stuff. Couple of companies also came around, good ones which I wanted to work, but they wanted to see the video first. I said, why you want to
Yeah.
see the videos first up here? So didn't work out. I can make a video. I can take the sponsorship if I'm okay with the company, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do. But I'm not gonna show you the video first. Everybody's gonna see the video in the same time, public and you.
Right, right. I have the same thing. So first you have to make a video. There, in fact, they also ask you for the script sometime. So they ask you for the script, written script. Then they will make some changes. So last year I tried with one of the company, big brand again, but not worked out well. It's difficult to go with those conditions.
Yeah, that's so much tough. And definitely, I would love to have my own stuff going on. Like, see, once I've designed a crash course and something, I don't want to wait around for the entire week. So you can go
Right,
through it and pass it on. And if you say, hey, there is a need to be changed, we need to be done and stuff, I'm not gonna go ahead and redesign an entire crash course. It takes entire
right.
month or 15 days to design these crash course. It's not easy. Editing alone sometimes take me a day. Like, I record these from this camera setup and stuff, and then move back here and then move back onto this, then editing, then putting up a LUT pack and edit. It's a time.
Editing take a lot of time.
Yeah, this is the one. This one is actually nice. This is the highest view count in live on this channel. I think yes, 1,000
Oh, okay.
people.
Yeah, we have crossed 1,000. Not yet.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Have you ever crossed 1,000 on your channel?
Once
You
or
might have.
twice, depend upon topic. Depend upon topic.
You might have crossed it.
General,
You are having a million subscribers, so it's easy for you.
no. Even if you have 10 million subscribers, if the topic is not good, no one want to watch. Example: if I make a video on very specific like Spring Framework, hardly it will get 1,000 views. But if I make a
Yeah.
video on
Why Java is
the
dying?
best programming language or why Java is dying, everyone want to see that video.
Yeah,
And
this
once in a while,
happens.
once in a year, you should do that just to check how many people are actually active on the channel.
Yeah, I should. I'm planning to make a video. Just now, thought came up that why I hate Apple, and then another video why I hate Windows. I'm gonna do that.
So maybe we can do a collab on the second one.
Yeah, we can have like a collab in both videos. Why we hate Mac and why we hate Windows.
Yeah,
Ultimately, we hate everything.
right. I don't think anyone hates Linux. We don't have haters for Linux. Either
There,
people
there
don't
are
know it,
no,
and if they know it, they love it.
there are haters of Linux, but they are afraid to say it out on platforms because not every Linux is good. If you are going to see that so many Linux are so crappy and so crashy, don't want to touch them
Yeah,
again. But if they are going to say it openly on YouTube or any platform, they're going to get so much of hate. So that's why people
yeah,
don't say that Linux. On usually there are like kids who are just getting into the college. They all say, "Oh, Linux is for pros. I use Linux." So usually people avoid that kind of debate. Like usually I
Right.
see a lot of people in the cybersecurity world being a fanboy of Kali Linux and stuff. Come on, guys! I've been
Mhm.
using this kind of infosec material since the days of Backtrack R2, the second version of
Right.
Backtrack, and
Right.
after that, 5 version came up, and then it got into. But I know that Backtrack was a little bit more stable. Kali is like a lot instability is there.
Yeah. Never tried. Never tried. I was very happy with Fedora. When I had Fedora, I was happy with CentOS. Sometime Ubuntu when I want to do light work.
Ubuntu is
But
very
CentOS
shaky.
is one of my, yeah.
A lot of people
But
love
have
it,
you?
but Ubuntu is
Yeah.
shaky. I love Yum kind of a seamless scenario. Probably more on Fedora side. Probably I have done extreme
Yeah.
training in
Fedora
that
is
and
best.
certification, so probably that's why my biasness is there.
True.
Okay, so sir, try bringing Brad Traversy. I'll drop him a mail sometimes. He's usually a busy guy, so I'll definitely catch him up somewhere. I wanted to bring a Tom Buck as well, and then I am in the talk to bring another guy who is the founder of this Native Design. Uh, amazing work. I'm a big fan of his work. He designed actually almost like a bootstrap for mobile in React Native. So I loved his work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so quite a lengthy. This was a fun actually, almost 1 hour.
Sorry.
Didn't realize that a lot of. Okay, one another one. Uh, what's your thoughts on this M1 chip? Have you like tried it
No,
something
no,
or?
I've not tried it. In fact, I have. I heard a lot of good reviews of it. One of my friend in UK, he just bought a new Mac, and every day, in fact, I we had a call 3 times in last 1 month, and he mentioned that thing every time we have a call. The M1 chip is great. It's awesome.
It is
But I'm
like
waiting for
really
it for
amazing.
the iMac one.
It is really amazing. I'm also waiting for iMac because we have this one machine. It's just
Mhm.
8 gigs, probably the base model in the Mac Mini, and I tried to render a video on that. Oh boy,
Okay.
that was insane fast, and it was like nothing for that 8 gigs of machine. Like, I sometimes feel that Apple, it's not 8 gigs for them, it's probably 18 gigs for them. The thing is, everything is
Yeah.
sorted on board on that, so data doesn't
Yeah.
go too much from here and there. So that's why it's
Right.
so fast. And I was blown away with that. And I want to buy an iMac or something with that. Probably I'll switch to even Mac Mini. I'm ready to switch from from my iMac to
Uh,
Mac Mini. It is so good.
which one? Mac Mini to iMac or iMac to Mac Mini? You,
iMac to
I
Mac
just
Mini.
lost.
iMac
Okay.
to Mac Mini. It is so good. I loved it.
Okay. Not right. I'm waiting for the new iMac with M1 chip.
Yeah, I'm also looking for that, and I have heard rumors from the John Prosser. Do you watch
Yeah.
his channel, John Prosser?
No. No.
He's the only guy I follow on the tech news on that.
Okay.
So I've even sent some of the traffic on his channel by saying, giving shout out to him that hey, go to John Prosser's channel and say Hitesh sent us here.
Oh,
Sometimes I did that. He
yeah.
recently shaved his eyebrows because he was wrong on the date for a leak on Apple event.
Oh. Okay.
So
Coming to Apple, from when I was in my college, I guess in second year of my graduation, I went to Apple store to see how they look like because I was not having enough money to buy them. And then from that day, I wanted to buy iMac. And till now, I'm still want to buy an iMac. I bought all the Apple devices, two MacBooks, three iPhones, but still I'm not able to buy that one machine which I want to buy. Maybe Destiny.
I'm sure you're gonna buy that. Maybe Destiny is holding you because of this M1 chip.
Maybe.
They want to serve you at the best.
Oh,
Come on.
hopefully.
Come on. The big telescope needs to have the best machine. So probably they wanted to wait a little bit.
uh,
Okay,
I hope that's true.
one more question for the crowd up here. Tell me one of the worst experience during handling a client, something like where he didn't paid you something even after working. What was the worst experience with the client or freelance or probably something?
Uh, Not with the development work, but it happened for the training work. What they promised me was different than what I given at the end was different. So during the training, in between the training on Friday, we went for lunch, the entire batch. So they wanted to give me a treat because they enjoyed the training and they thought, hey, this is the last Friday we are going to spend together because the training was going to end on Wednesday next week. And then we went for lunch. Normally, lunch time happens for 1 hour. It took around 1.5 hours. And then when I came back, the head of training department was sitting in my room waiting for me. And then we had a chat for half an hour why you went out, why it was 1.5 hour lunchtime, and then everything got sorted. But when I received the payment, it was they deducted a huge amount because of that half an hour, and that was the last training I did for that company.
That shit, because you have already delivered the thing and
Yeah,
now.
everything was on time. I completed the entire training on time. I got good feedback, at least on the paper. I'm not sure what feedback they have given to the training department, but the batch was happy.
Yeah, batch is happy they are learning something when they deduct like this. How much in percentage? Probably 20-25% they might have deducted.
Yeah, it's for 30%.
30%. Oh, gosh.
So I have not even debated with them about why they did it. I just sent one mail that it was wrong. They have not even replied to that mail, and that was my. So they got I got a call for the other training after 3 to 4 months. I have not replied to that message. Then that's what it was.
Actually, they deserve it very well.
Yeah,
And still, modesty is here that we don't like to take a name of that. We can, but we don't like to.
yeah, yeah. It's
Some of
better
the
not to take them.
yeah, some of the channel actually runs on controversies. We like to avoid it.
Yeah.
One other thing, a similar thing happened to me as well.
Mhm.
It was around $5,000 project,
Okay.
and we started doing the work. Then he started to say more demand came up. I thought
Mhm.
usually this is the Indian thing to do, that once a project comes up, then demands keep on increasing. I said, okay, it's a good project. It's a $5,000 project, and it was single-handedly handled by me from entire full stack to even DevOps and development and everything. And then said, then take interview for us also and give us a little bit team remotely as well. I said, 5,000, 5K dollars is pretty good enough. And they said, okay, they gave me $500 to start with. I said, usually I charge like 50% of the fees, but $500 was, I said, okay, good enough. I worked
Mhm.
on it and I was able to complete this project uh, 15 days earlier than this. I was enjoying the project and work so much, like, absolutely loved it. And then I said, hey, the project is almost ready. Here is a demo. They said, okay, deploy it. I'm transferring you the payment and everything. And he even showed me the screenshot that it is being transferred from my end. It will reach to you tomorrow. It never came.
Oh, the entire
And
amount.
yeah, the entire amount. And he actually took the entire, he took the access and everything. He actually copied the entire project from there and removed all of my access from there and everything. And he's still running it.
Okay.
That was probably the worst thing. Like $5,000 in at that time, probably it's like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It was a huge amount for me. Like you don't get anything near around on YouTube that kind of money, and like that was entire month being sorted for that.
Right. That's bad. But maybe you have learned a lot of different way of handling the clients next time.
Yeah.
You pay me first, I'll work for you.
Now I charge like 50% is going to
Yeah.
be 100% advance. Otherwise, just take everything and I'm not going to touch it. I'll rather be happy to make YouTube free course rather than taking to your project.
True, true, true.
Okay, so let's take a few of the questions and then we're going to bind it up. I know I've taken up a lot of your time.
Yeah, we already crossed 1 hour. Whose time
Yeah,
it is?
we actually
And
chit.
oh, okay. But it was fun. I thought it's only
Okay,
half an
some
hour
of
we have
the
time.
hey guys, you can send up some of the rapid fire kind of a questions. We're gonna take them like for 5 minutes versus or something, without asking any reason or something. So let's do a little bit of rapid fire or something. First, starting with why not try in Hindi? We both know
Yeah, in fact, I
Hindi.
was looking at the same question.
Uh, I think we both know very well Hindi. I think Naveen.
Yeah, in fact, I have a Hindi channel. I'm planning to do a lot of different videos in Hindi.
Yeah, I think uh, I can join up in
So
Hindi
yeah,
as well.
next 2 minutes के लिए हिंदी बात कर ही लेते हैं.
चलिए ये भी कर लेते हैं आज.
तो अगला क्वेश्चन हम हिंदी में पिकअप करेंगे अभी.
ठीक है,
प्रोवाइडेड
जैसा
जो बंदा देख रहा है उसको हिंदी आता हो.
हिंदी आती हो.
Yeah.
So बिल्कुल
Difficult to keep gender neutral here. हाँ.
भाषा का चयन जैसा आप चाहें वैसा कर सकते हैं बिकॉज मैं
But
भी
that's a very pure Hindi.
राजस्थान बोर्ड
Good.
से हूँ तो हिंदी और संस्कृत के अंदर दोनों में ही हमने बहुत जद्दोजहद से काम
ओहो.
किया है.
ये कुछ ज़्यादा ही प्योर हिंदी हो गया. So I'm from Mumbai. So मुंबई की हिंदी बोल देता हूँ मैं यहाँ पे.
हिंदी और इंग्लिश एक साथ आते ही हम किंग कर्तव्य विमूढ़ स्थिति में आ जाते हैं जिसका मतलब है कि क्या करें क्या ना की परिस्थिति में हम आ जाते हैं. तो
Oh.
काफ़ी आश्चर्यजनक और काफ़ी अचंभा
ऐसे
सा
हिंदी को
होता है.
समझने के लिए थोड़ा ज़्यादा प्रोसेसिंग पावर की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी.
एकदम कथित सत्य है.
अच्छा, संस्कृत भी था क्या सब्जेक्ट या
बिल्कुल.
फिर?
संस्कृत और हिंदी दोनों ही पढ़ने पड़ते हैं और उसके अलावा राजस्थान बोर्ड में 2 मैथ्स की बुक, 2 साइंस, हिंदी, संस्कृत और उसके बाद आपका जो रिज़ल्ट जाता है वो 40% जाता है.
बढ़िया है.
Okay, so enough of that. I think that's enough
Yeah.
Hindi for the day. आश्चर्य बिल्कुल.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do a rapid fire now. Enough of that. Okay. GCP versus AWS. That's easy. AWS from my side.
That was the question. Yeah, I did this for myself as well.
Okay. Upload machine learning playlist. That's already a
Not
course
from
that I've
me.
designed. Okay. That was a Hindi call center. Yes, of course, you can say that. At least I can get a job there as well, so no problem of having a work. Okay.
It's good to have alternate career.
Z shell or bash? For me, it's Z shell. What about you, Naveen?
Bash.
I'm on Z shell now. So team Z shell now because of Apple. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Any other? Okay. One more question. Master versus corporate. I'm gonna master side. Study more.
Yeah, I did my master's, so I can say that. Yeah. But then sometimes it depends on what level you are and what you want to achieve in your life.
True, absolutely. Sayed says, best way to learn HTML and CSS. I can take that one. First, learn a little bit, like 1 day with HTML and then learn Emmet and then CSS. I'll probably throw up a video or crash course or something for beginner-friendly HTML, CSS. I'll do that. Mac versus Windows. Okay, Naveen, you go first.
Mac. For personal use, Mac. For video making, Windows works well.
Okay, that's reverse for me. I prefer to be on Mac for video editing, especially. I came on Mac because of video editing because the rendering speed is ridiculously fast for me.
The Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, Final Cut Pro, like I can render a video within 10 minutes and can see that if it is wrong, I can re-render it. Like that is the best thing. Okay. Pruthi says,
Maybe I will try that once I buy that M1 chip iMac.
Even faster in the M1 chip, it is much more faster. Okay. Some people are.
Questions are moving so fast.
Like it's so much difficult to even see any of the question. This is like ridiculously fast. Okay, Node.js versus Spring Boot. Oh, that's a fight question.
Of course, every time I will go for Spring because I know it well.
I'll go for Node.js because same reason.
Yeah.
Okay, Angular versus React. Come on, is that even a question? I'll go for React, of course.
At
Until
last, Moksha Prapti.
until unless I'm gonna get paid like heavily, I'm not gonna be touching Angular. But if I'm gonna get paid, I love React or I love Angular, whatever you're asking me. Depends on pay.
Right.
Okay, let's enough of the question. Let me just final one question. Uh, to Naveen directly, let me
Yeah.
ask you that how many times you think that like you're already over 1 million subscriber base. It's a pretty huge one.
Mhm.
So do you anytime think like a lot of people think that they are a YouTuber, they are gonna be pretty rich. Would you like to break the myth here that we are not getting that much of money like Bhuvan Bam would be getting on 1 million or
Yeah.
something? Because our view count is always going to be less. So can you throw some light
Right.
on this one?
Um, so the thing is, in the YouTube world, we have different domains. We have entertainment, we have education, we have news, we have tech news, other stuff. And even with tech news, they are not exactly tech news. They are mobile reviews basically. So yeah, they get a lot of views because everyone want to buy a new phone or they are excited. But coming back to education, specifically technical education, specifically the type of technology which will be used in the industry, we have a very small base where people watch our videos. So of course the view count will be less, as Hitesh mentioned. The second thing is the CPM is very low for different countries' views. And so the other YouTubers, they earn from different sources, example, sponsorship or branding, or they have their own brands. For us, it's more of a view count. So we earn from ads, which is not that much. So whatever we can showcase here, if you want to buy an iPhone, if you want to buy a Mac, it's not because of YouTube, it's because of the other thing which we do. I'm a corporate trainer. I'm working in this field from last 10 years. So you can imagine my package coming from that side. So YouTube is not that much, yeah, but yeah, we get something. That's a motivation to make more videos, or your comments are motivate. Your comments is something which is motivating us to make more videos. But money is not something which attracts tech YouTubers or education YouTubers.
Yeah, we cannot even survive with that only money if that's coming up because it's so much hard. Like you cannot even
Yeah,
buy this kind of a mic in a 1 month or 2 month or probably 3 month.
right,
Like it's so much
right,
difficult to survive with just one. And to be honest, I would say that if anybody new is watching, feel free to make a YouTube videos. It's actually so much fun to have it. But don't
yeah,
just make it because you're gonna get either popular or just for the money. Just make it to explore your hobby as a filmmaker or to teach somebody because you won't be surviving here because the amount of money you can earn by making just a single website is so much more than making an entire full dedicated series for 2 months here.
right. And there's one more thing which I feel, Hitesh, maybe I should have also put this thing in my channel as well. A lot of people say, YouTube is actually easy to be on. And then I think about this question: how do you answer this? Is it easy to make videos for YouTube? Is it easy to make videos for other paid platforms? Let's say Udemy. So a lot of people compare that Udemy videos are better than YouTube videos, but YouTube is open, right? It's anyone can see that, and when you make a video, you have to be right. You have to be correct. If something goes wrong, there are a lot of thousands of people out there to criticize you, and they don't even criticize. They
It's a
use
hate
abusive words.
actually. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
hate actually just for writing a wrong comment or maybe just
yeah,
not using a triple equal instead of equal. There are threats
yeah.
actually come up. And do you actually believe I get a lot of threats on my channel because I don't speak in Hindi? Like
Oh,
I
same,
don't
same.
know. I don't know how much how somebody can actually put me all those abusive words in my Instagram inbox and say that I'll show you that why don't you love Hindi or make channel content in Hindi. Like if I'll start making videos in Hindi, it would be tough for you to understand in that purest form.
Right. It
But
took me
yeah,
some time to understand that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree on your point. I mean, it's really tough onto that. But coming on to the video making part, actually, a lot of people don't know this, but I started my channel and I didn't liked it at all, the quality or anything. And then I stopped making video for this. Then I went for a video training in Amsterdam. One of
Okay.
guy was making a training session on that. I followed him for a long, and then I started to see that this is not about sharing the tech. This YouTube channel is more about putting education and becoming the best of the teacher, because it doesn't matter if I'm teaching a tech here or maybe a physics question. I want to improve the entire teaching standards. And if somebody is on YouTube, I say that if you're not improving your quality, you are wasting a whole lot of time. There are creators like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon. Follow them, watch their work, how much effort they're putting up in color correction, shot, video shot, angle, audio, and everything. And from last 5 years, if you're making the same quality of videos, I think there is something wrong with you. You're not putting enough of efforts in improving it. Like, it shouldn't be like, if you cannot say that we are making just in India, that's why the quality is low. No, no, we are almost a developing country. We have so much of high standard of programmers, filmmakers, and everything here. So why are you not improving the quality of audio, video, and filmmaking style and stuff? Even if you are making a basic HTML video, the quality should be top notch.
True, true. But yeah, on the other hand, some people they don't have enough resources to do that. But yeah, if you have resources, why not? But some people don't have resources, so they go with their
I've seen
best.
people making classiest of the video just from a mobile phone. If you know, filmmaking is an art. You have to study that, and then you can make from any device or anything. But if you don't have that art, you won't be making even from like C200 or the highest of the cinema devices. You should really focus. Anybody should focus. If you're planning to come up here, then you should prepare a little bit on that. But if you're coming or trying to go onto those platforms, like I still remember my email conversation with Gagan Biani. Uh,
Mhm.
in A lot of you don't know him. Gagan Biani was the first guy who brought me on board on Udemy in the earlier days when Udemy was founded up. I was delivering a whole lot of videos in some of the US universities, and
Okay.
that's how I brought in. And he rejected my course.
Oh,
He brought me on board and he rejected my course. He said quality needs to be improved. I redid the entire course. And then he said it's okay now. And then I
cool,
redid it third time. Same course, same code files, everything same. I re-recorded it 3 times.
cool.
And at that time, Udemy was having like teeny tiny of user base. Courses were getting say sold up in $100 per copy.
Now it's very cheap.
Now it's having so many problematic issues. Even they don't encrypt their videos DRM. It get leaked out all the time. Anyways, let's not talk about them too much. Okay, so it was really nice catching up with you. Probably we do some kind of podcast again, and if you can ping up
Yeah, we should.
my
We
Sergi,
should.
I know you are good friends. Uh,
Yeah. So in fact, yesterday we had a chat. Surely we'll try to get him on board as well.
and I'll drop a message to Code with Harry as well as Brad Traversy, as well as Ben Aved. A couple of guys, I'll drop them an Instagram message. I don't know if they'll see my message or not, but you guys can definitely call them up as well. That we're interested to have a chit chat, just sitting around, kind of a podcast style to all the programmers. In case some of you are worried that we are going to earn money from it, I can disable the monetization from it as well. No worries on that. But hey, just ping them up that, hey, let's join up. Probably your channel, my channel, whatever you say.
Yeah, sure. Maybe this weekend we should go on live on my channel.
Sure, sure. Anytime.
A lot of people are waiting for you there.
Sure, sure. Let's do that. Just ping me up on WhatsApp whenever you say, and I'll be there.
Sure, sure. Okay, so
Okay.
thank you so much again, Hitesh. Again, formality works. You can cut this part later. So
Well, nothing goes cut out here. This is absolute raw. Okay,
yeah,
so thank you so much, and it's awesome. And especially thank you so much, all of you guys, for patiently listening to our gibberish talk, whatever we had. I don't know how much it
yeah,
was useful, but we had a fun time here.
right. And consistently we got 1,000 views from last 20 minutes from where I am observing.
Yeah, that's
That's great.
that's that's actually nice. Okay, so thank you, and bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone.